The Indian Removal Act of 1830 was a law created by the 7th President of America, Andrew Jackson. It established a process to remove Indians from their original lands and relocate them out west to make space for settlers. This highly controversial act was taken to the Supreme Court during Worcester versus Georgia and was ruled unconstitutional. Andrew Jackson did not listen to this ruling and carried out the Indian Removal Act anyway. Fortunately, a very real recording has been discovered in which a very real Andrew Jackson describes his intentions and reasons for enforcing this act.
My name is Andrew Jackson, and I have agreed to this interview today.
What was going through your mind when you passed the Indian Removal Act?
I passed the Indian Removal Act for a multitude of reasons, but it basically boils down to a select few. The southern states would absolutely kill me if I did not give them more land. Who really cares about the natives anyways? One of the other reasons was for manifest destiny. We need to be using God's given land to us to the absolute max potential. Lastly, it was for trade. We are a developing nation. We need to maintain relationships with foreign markets and keep our trade alive. That's how we prosper.
What was your initial reaction to the Native American tribe's lawsuit against the government, Worcester versus Georgia?
That trial was completely bullcrap. It was completely unreasonable on their part. I mean, why would they get upset after I forced them to move and leave their heritage behind? Complete bollocks.
Do you think you'll be remembered as one of the greatest presidents?
I've created an act that is going to expand our country and raise it to new heights. With this land, we can produce more cash than ever, and it will lead to America becoming the greatest nation to ever exist. At this point, I'm a founding grandfather.
Did you consider the impact on the Native American communities?
No.
Did you foresee the long-term consequences of the Indian Removal Act?
Nah, they'll be fine. I mean, it was a totally necessary evil. You know, we just really needed that land.
Do you think that this decision to annex the natives' land further divides or brings our nation closer?
I think this will bring our nation closer together by allowing our citizens to expand their settlements and stimulate their economy. I mean, after my presidency, there will be no further conflict between Americans.
With all that being said, do you hate Indians?
I'm not saying I hate Indians, but like...
So then you'd be fine if I told you there was an Indian interviewing you?
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out.
Hey, don't touch the camera!
Get here. Get out. Get out. Get out. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I'm out. I'm done with this. No, I'm done. Stupid.
Okay. So the effects of the Indian Removal Act of 1830 was crucial in both westward expansion and the development of the American dream. The principle manifest destiny was an extremely important subject at the time, as this was the pull factor that convinced people all over the world to immigrate to America.
To what extent did the Indian Removal Act contribute to unity or division in America?
The Indian Removal Act definitely had its aspects of union and division. Of course, the division was the removal of the Native Americans from their ancestral lands. This division of the natives in America only led to more conflict and death. On the other hand, there are actually a lot of aspects of union that can be recognized throughout the events that followed the Indian Removal Act of 1830. For one, America as a whole became more unified as they gained more land and got more powerful as a single nation. In fact, that's the whole reason Andrew Jackson was elected. And believe it or not, the Native Americans became more unified as they struggled through the Trail of Tears together.
Why was the Indian Removal Act of 1830 so significant?
So the Indian Removal Act can actually be recognized as an act of genocide, forcing many Native Americans to abandon their homes and seek shelter in worse environments. Native American tribes were eventually removed from their ancestral lands and forced to relocate in settlements in Oklahoma, which were known as the Indian Territory. All 5 tribes, the Cherokee, the Creek, the Seminole, the Choctaw, and the Chickasaw, underwent the harsh conditions of migration while migrating to lands that were less fertile, recognizable, or even just habitable. This relocation came to be known as the Trail of Tears, and during this deadly and tragic journey, more than 1/4 of the Native American population unfortunately died.